Welcome back, ninja community, or other ninja communities. In this video I'm going to be dropping some free nunchucku training tips. So check out some free nunchuck training tips. They're free, so here we go. Okay, so one of the first training tips is to always check the rope. That's why that pop is there at the beginning of just about every kaida and just about every form or weapons form on a nunchucku. That pop, this right here, is to check the rope so that you don't have a piece flying off in random directions. A lot of you have probably, in the martial arts community, a lot of you have probably already seen several nunchucku just fly across a dojo and hit some random person. So always, even if you're training in the right yard, do that pop. I've actually had more chains break on me than ropes. Okay, another training tip is checking the length of the rope. Now, if you have a beginner student, sometimes it's good to start them off with a shortened rope. Mostly for this one move here, where you do the catch. Because with a rope, that might be too long. And too long, of course, is if it hangs freely across the neck without any bow. That is too long. But a beginner student, it is good to start them off with a shortened rope. Mostly for that move. As if they was to try to do the catch unskilled and they catch it back here, it might come back and hit them in the back of the head. Okay. At least until they start getting it, right. So, here we go. Another training tip is there is more than just two forms out there. And there are flashy moves within some forms. They're all practical. These spin across the knuckles here is to train to do disarms or to resist disarms, as if you was to hit something, like actually hit something in a real fight, it might bounce back and you would avoid being disarmed. Or if another nunchucker was trying to disarm you, they would be using that technique. Okay. Now, some styles or forms will hold the nunchucku here at the end, as it provides more reach and power. Some styles will pivot as they strike. Some styles or forms will hold it in the center, as it gives a balance between power and control. At control, this comes into play when it comes to disarms, as the one with their hands near the rope has more control of the nunchucku. Okay. Other training tips. So about the proper length is anywhere from hanging freely to here to hanging freely, slightly freely across the neck. What is perfect is about here, roughly, or anywhere up the arm. And the size of the nunchuck, this is about the bare minimum for someone of my size. Okay. Some other free training tips. Okay, here's another one. When learning a new move on the nunchucku, it is better to train on your offhand first, as once you get the movement or technique, when you switch to your dominant hand, you will intuitively know the movement or technique, and you've given the other hand time to catch up. And I've discovered that applies to more than just one weapon. So, also, if you are training with any weapons, it's always good to wear eye protection. And it's very difficult to talk while you are using a weapon. So, practice only within your comfort zone if you're recording. As doing fancy things might, or moves that you are not fully proficient with, is never too late to pick up new techniques, as some techniques on a nunchucku might exist within some forms, but not exist in others. One example is the infospin. I trained for over 13 years with a nunchucku before learning anything to do with the infospin. Let's see. See? Okay, another thing about the nunchucku is to avoid, or not to avoid, this is training to treat it as a weapon in a real fight. If you are training with it and you drop it, for whatever reason, say you dropped it, train yourself not to immediately duck after the nunchucku, as in a real fight, that instinct of picking up the weapon that you dropped could get you in a bad situation. So if you drop the weapon, train yourself, like with a nunchucku, if you drop the weapon, train yourself to not go after the weapon, not immediately, but to pick it up later. Okay, so those were some free training tips. I will check you guys later. So until next time, stay ninja, my friends.